I want to welcome you back to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. I got a great show for you. Woo! Oh my gosh, what's up, peoples? I can't even express to you the joy that I'm having today just to be on a call with someone legendary like this gentleman. Oh my gosh. So you can get us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spreaker, Spotify, TuneIn, Deezer, Vimeo, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV, Yaya Diamond TV, Dream Chasers Radio, 100.9 FM, and also 1580 AM on iHeartRadio. We reach millions of people every time we air on Mondays, right before Rush Limbaugh at 11 a.m. on WCCF. You're going to love this show, so don't go anywhere. I swear, you're going to love it. Welcome back to the show. Okay, so listen. My friend told me, he says, listen, you got to do this. You got to contact this person, and then this person's going to be on the show. I said, oh, yeah, right. No, he wasn't kidding. He was really serious. I have to say it. I'm just going to have to say it. I absolutely love Cheech and Chong. And I can't believe that I have Chong on my show right now. He is right here with us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. You're an extraordinary human and you're a pioneer. Tell me, where do you start?
Well, I was born in Calgary, Alberta. No, born in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Yay!
And I found out just recently that my mother was quarter Native, quarter Indian. Or First Nations, what do they call it? A quarter. That meant my grandmother was half. I just found this out. But what happened, my mother, who was very beautiful, she passed a few years ago, but she married a little short Chinese guy.
Oh, wow.
A real handsome guy named Stan Chong. And so I'm half Chinese. And I thought growing up that was it. And then I found out that my grandmother on my mother's side was half Native.
Wow.
And so I'm 8%. That means I can have my own place in the reservation up there, and a sovereign land. And I found out all these secrets with the DNA. And so I found out, and my dad, who was full Chinese, but he's mixed too. He's South Pacific Islanders.
Wow.
You know, he's mixed too. And so yeah, we're a very mixed family. And then when I was my first wife was black, Canadian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was so funny because Calgary, where I grew up, was very racist, from 50s, but it was kind of racist that you lived with, you know what I mean. It's not like now, everybody's aware, but back then you just live with it.
It was everybody.
No matter who you were, you lived with it, and so there was a very small black community in Calgary, but for some reason, I started dancing when I was 15 years old, go to community things and the jive and the Lindy Hop and all that. So I got to dancing. And then of course, my favorite partner was this beautiful black girl named Edie Walton. And she was beautiful, black, blue eyes, there's a whole tribe of them from Nova Scotia, and gorgeous lady, and dance, but attitude, like, it's still the same attitude. I think she's older than me, and she's still got the same attitude. We stay in touch, and so anyway, I met her at the dance, and then I started kind of dating. Not a date. It was, we just meet at the dance. We dance, and then I took her home, and we started had a little romance thing going. So I brought her home, and my dad, I forgot, that that she's black. I
Yeah.
forgot. And
Wow.
so we're home, and my dad takes me in the kitchen, and he goes, "Son, she's black." And I said, "Dad, you're Chinese." And
Oh
of course,
my gosh.
of course. But anyway, I tried to be a boyfriend. I was too young. I
Yeah.
was too young, and I had no clue how to treat a woman,
I hear
date or
you.
nothing.
Yeah.
I took her to the drive-in movies one time. I bought a car. I got my dream car. Only
Uh-huh.
trouble was the heater wasn't working.
Oh no.
So I took
Oh.
her to the drive-in theater, and she's freezing her ass off. So I finally had to take her home, and that was the end. That was the end of that romance.
Oh gosh.
And
Oh
so,
gosh.
but I through her I met Tommy Milton, the football star
Mm-hmm.
in Calgary, and he was a singer. He sang, and so we hooked up. I played guitar. He sang,
Right. I
and
remember.
so we ended up putting a band together,
Mm-hmm.
and in the band was this piano player named Bernie Sneed. He played the piano,
Mm-hmm.
and Bernie had this 15-year-old sister, Maxine, that was just gorgeous. And
I can see where this is going.
gorgeous and very Christian.
Okay. No, it didn't went there. It didn't go there. Okay.
And very Christian.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
in fact, she played piano at the church,
Oh
which
wow.
she still does.
Mm.
Most probably to this day, the most decent Christian lady I'd ever met in my life.
Wow.
I fell in love with her.
I
And
knew it.
so but she had her Christian life. I had my crazy music life.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came time, then we traveled with the band and went to Vancouver. And we're
Mm-hmm.
playing, a single musician, But then it got time, as she got older, she wanted to get married. She called me up. She said, "Okay, I want to get married." I said,
Oh
"Okay,
wow.
yeah." So we got married. We had of course, I had a girlfriend before that who I
Mm-hmm.
got pregnant.
Okay.
And who ended up giving me the daughter. Well, she gave the daughter to my mother. My
Mm.
mother was a saint, by the way, and
Mm.
and so now I got married, and then we had our baby
Mm-hmm.
Robbie, and so I got Robbie and Ray Don and Maxine,
Mm-hmm.
and everything's cool,
Wow.
And then being a musician, I met a friend. She's just a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and that friendship turned into be pretty serious.
Mm.
And so that's who I'm with now. I'm with the friend.
Okay.
Maxine was so sweet. She was sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're still tight.
Mm-hmm.
She lives in LA, and we're as tight as we can be, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Because everybody that I grew up with, we're still in touch.
Wow,
Still in
that's
touch
amazing.
with Edie. We're still in touch. My first
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend ever, even before Edie, when I was in Army Cadets, we're still in touch.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I became so famous,
Mm-hmm.
and so that all the people that I grew up with, I was their their famous guy that they know in
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is Calgary, little ass Calgary.
Yeah, you
So
gotta be. You gotta be the one. You gotta be the one.
yeah,
Definitely.
I was the one.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah,
ever believe that your success would be so big as it is today, that you're a legend?
I kind of knew it. It wasn't me that knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, now check this out. My life has been so blessed. There's something that's ordained. You
Right.
know,
Mm-hmm.
when I was, like I said, I'm part Native, and we
Mm-hmm.
grew up in a very 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 rustic setting. We had outdoor plumbing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. Okay. So
no,
okay, I can
no
imagine.
electric, no
Uh-huh.
electricity.
Uh-huh.
Little Coleman lamp or a little, you know, and this is there's a lot before that, but but this is the house that I kind of remember.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I had to amuse myself really was a guitar that my mother bought when she was pregnant with me. And so I learned how to play the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, I learned it. I was good enough that I played with a fiddle player. And so I've been playing for parties and dances since I was 8 years old. And so I had that show business thing. But when I was 8 years old,
Mm-hmm.
I was walking in a field. I've told this story a few times, but it's so incredible. 8 years old in Calgary in the summertime, no shoes, same pants. You don't have a change of clothes unless you're going to church.
Okay.
Yeah. And when in those days you had to wash by hand in a scrub in a
Right.
wash tub.
Mm-hmm.
And so the only entertainment was church, Sunday school.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the only entertainment. No movies, no television, radio, but one station. And I had the radio in my bed. No one else cared about it. So I started going to Sunday school, and because I was one of the only older guys doing it, for the kids, I started teaching it. And teaching really was reading stories to the other kids.
Okay.
Anyway, 8 years old, I'm walking down the field with my brother, and a car pulls up. And a car in the field is very rare,
Okay.
And we see the car coming over the dirt road, and then there were missionaries, and they said, "Hey, you kids want to go to summer camp?" And of course we said, "Yeah." And so they said, "Okay, well, get in the car and go get permission from your mom." My mom had a sign a thing, and
You got in the car?
Oh yeah, we got in the car, and they drove to our house, and then we got permission from my mother, and then they took us, and my brother and I, and he was 3 years older than me, and so we drove. Then we spent the night in the church office, or the little area there. And next day we got on the bus. We're off to Bible camp, and that was I guess we were there about 6 weeks, something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. But that's where I learned everything.
Wow.
I just took to this whole spiritual thing. I just took to it. I just ate it up. And then they had a little stage area, with the dining area, and that was where they put on plays, and and we had little cabins. Each of us had a cabin, in different cabins, and the cabins would put on the plays, and then at night there'd be a bonfire, and the guys singing Christian songs, around the campfire. And then in the daytime, we would the older the teachers, young girls, would take us. We'd walk in the field, find a nice place, sit down, and she would read from the scriptures. Read the Bible stories, and I just loved it so much. I couldn't get enough. And then at night, the first thing they did was teach us how to pray. And so I learned how to pray, and it was everything. It was meant. It was meant to me. It was meant to be. And so, and then you get used to the camp, and then because it was beautiful out there. Never wore a shirt. Just pants and no shoes. And that's Bible camp.
Wow.
And so I remember the last day we're there. I'm standing up, and they're giving out awards. And I'm standing up, reaching over to get the butter or something, get something. And they said, "That's right, Tommy, keep standing. The nicest boy in the camp, Tommy Chong."
Wow.
That was the first thing I won. Nothing, it was just he was the nicest guy.
Right.
And so that stayed with me to this day.
Wow.
Because I got taught how to pray. That's the key. And so, okay, flash forward, we're in England. I'm with Bobby Taylor and the Vancouvers. We just played a gig. Jimi Hendrix came and sat in.
What?
Not
Okay.
not his guitar,
Okay.
because he wanted to play bass. He knew my group. He knew Bobby Taylor and the Vancouvers. You know, we had a reputation. And so when Jimmy was in England, we were there. He came down to sit in, and he played bass. He played bass. I
Wow.
played guitar. I played rhythm guitar, and we had Eddie Patterson on the other guitar.
Wow.
We played until the manager pulled the plug on us. We had so
Okay.
much fun. And
Oh
so
wow.
the next day we're in a limousine going home, and everybody was going, "Wow, Jimi Hendrix, man, you believe that?" I said something that to this day it just shocked everybody. I said, "I'm going to be bigger than Hendrix one day."
Wow.
I don't. I said it. Everybody. It stopped the conversation. Everybody stopped, and the drummer, who was not the nicest guy in the world, he says, "What? You're going to be a better guitar player than Jimmy?" You know, I said, "No." I said, "No, not guitar." I had a premonition that I was going to be bigger than Hendrix. Here we are.
Yes. Yes. You
Here
know,
we are.
and you're right. You're right. I mean, I mean, Cheech and Chong, that's an institution. You know,
Around the world, around the world,
yeah,
around
definitely.
the world. Yeah.
Definitely. My mom hated when I watched your videos.
Christian lady.
Well, yeah, and it was like I would ask her, Mom, what's all the smoke inside the car? She's like, darling, they're just smoking. They're just cigarettes. It's just don't worry about it. It's just smoke. It's just, the car's
Yeah, it's
messed
okay.
up.
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah,
they had to come up with some kind of excuse to give me. And I thought you guys were just hilarious. I thought you were funny. I thought the whole scenery was just amazing. Your chemistry was amazing. And I mean, I know that you guys kind of vibed off each other. And I saw in an interview that you said that you guys tried to kind of script it, but it didn't work. And you found out that your characters as people just kind of worked with each other. And that's how you did it. I mean, tell me, how were those years? And then today you guys have a documentary that you're talking about soon, right?
We got a documentary coming out. We're going to do some dispensaries, or dispensarias, as we're going to call them. We're looking at a show where we're takeout delivering service. It'll be Cheech and Chong, the old school Cheech and Chong, driving around, getting lost and having fun. No, you know what I learned when Cheech and I got together. He was like an encyclopedia of crazy stories about his family. He had the funniest family, growing up, and the funniest childhood. And I always hung with really funny guys.
Right.
I always had a partner. I always had a Cheech. Always, because you can't do it alone.
No.
And I was shy. I never sang until I got with Bobby Taylor and the Vancouvers.
And then you sang good.
And Bobby told me, "Come on, you can sing, man. Hit that note. Come on." You know how the brothers can be. Come on, man. What do you mean? You sing. Come on.
Yeah.
And he always called me China. Come on, Chinaman, sing. I can't hear you. Yeah. So everything. It's like Michael Jackson. When I met Michael Jackson, he was an old man. He was a little adult. I mean, he acted like with the do everything. He was like a grown man. And then the older he got, the younger he got.
Wow.
And when he died, he was like a kid. He was like with a little voice and everything else. But before that, he was like a thing. And I kind of understand it, because you think back to those days, man. That's when you were really connected.
Yeah.
You're not. You didn't care about anybody.
Right.
You just cared about you know, and so when Cheech and I did our humor, we made it so that kids would laugh uncontrollably. We made it purposely. And then we added all the adult stuff in there. But we never made a distinction between kids and adults. It was all kids humor.
Yeah.
Because basically adults are just old kids. That's all.
I know, because my daughter and I, we love going to the amusement parks and riding all the big roller coasters and the 91-degree drops. And my husband's like, "Why are you going there?" I said, "To get away." So he
You
thinks
like
we're
to
crazy,
scream.
but I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the whole thing. I love walking for hours. I love it. It's just something. So I can relate, definitely relate to it. And I have to say this, seeing you today and seeing you back then, you really don't realize how many years have passed by, because I'm the same way. I'm like, wait a minute, I graduated high school when? It's like, you can't, time doesn't really exist when you have so many wonderful memories. And now that you're a grandfather, what is that like? Because I mean the baby, the cheeks and the whole thing is just it's wonderful.
Well, what I was telling people, when you get old people have a tendency to get grumpy. And the reason we get grumpy is because no one hears us. It's like a vacuum, because young people are so involved in their world that old people, they're like antiques. They're look at them and polish them, dust them off once in a while. but they really don't. And I've been telling people that I do cameos a lot, and I tell people, enjoy being ignored. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Thrive on it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy being able to sit. Like I can sit and watch football. No one says a word. Grandpa's watching football, or Grandpa's doing whatever Grandpa's doing. Don't bother. Leave him alone. You see, a husband. Wonderful. No, a husband. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to carry this. You got to pick up this. You got to do that. You got so many things to do when you're young and you got the energy. But when you got old, man, they'll just find the idea. When I was in prison, you get the old guys. You know what they did? They carried around a little square piece of foam. They would carry this foam around under their arm wherever they went. And I found out really quickly why. There's no soft seats in prison. Oh. Everything's hard. And so when you get old and you got to sit for a long time, you can't sit in a hard chair for a long time. No. So you get this piece of foam. And then when you leave, you found an old guy and you hand him the foam.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're so right.
So what you do when you get old, what I do now, me and my buddies, when we go to dinners, like, and I got an old buddy, he's not as old as me, but he's in worse health than me. So, and Sugar Ray Leonard, the boxer, right? We all hang out together because we're all. If you look from outside in, you would think, oh, there's 3 henpecked husbands. Okay. But it's not the way it is. We're 3 very intelligent husbands. Yes. Because we get told where we're going, what to wear, who's going to be there, what they're going to eat. We get told everything. We don't even drive. We don't even drive anymore. We sit in the back. And then when we get together, we don't talk. There's nothing to say. There's nothing to gossip. Every once in a while, I'll say, who's playing today? Who do you like? And that's about it. The women, they get together. Oh, man, did you see so-and-so? Oh, yeah. They're going like this here. Guys, we're sitting there. Time to go? Oh, okay. Okay, we're going to leave my coat. You got my coat? Okay, let's go.
Oh wow. Oh
Enjoy,
wow. Yeah.
enjoy your life, man. And now I'm into art. I do.
Mhm.
I'm doing learning how to draw.
Mhm.
The thing is, I know how to draw, but the whole thing about art is practice. You got to
Right.
do it, practice a lot.
Mhm.
So, and I write songs. I still write songs, or
Awesome.
more poetry. More
Mhm.
poetry. I'm not really good on the melody end of it yet, but I've written a few, but I'm not driven that way.
Right.
No, I learned enjoy your life,
Right.
and especially when I give advice about your wife. The one thing, instead of Happy New Year, I say Happy Wife, Happy Life.
Mhm. Yes.
That's what I say. Happy wife, happy life,
Yes.
and it's so true.
Mhm.
And no, I've been so blessed, especially like getting back. When you learn how to pray, then everything good will happen to you.
Mhm.
It's just the law, because you don't think of doing wrong. There's no need to.
Right.
There's no need to steal,
Right.
because what are you going to steal? Like
Right.
sometimes people will, like comedians, they will steal bits.
Mhm.
You get a show, and next thing you know, someone else is doing it.
Mhm.
And I've been as in my comedy, because I never started out to be anything. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like I never intended to be a musician.
Right.
It's just that I could play,
Mhm.
and so that's my life. Like I never intended, dreamed that I'd be directing movies,
Mhm.
but I've directed movies. The same as writing songs.
Right.
I mean, the only reason I wrote that one song that became a hit was that I was high. It was the first time I did cocaine.
Mhm. Oh my
I,
gosh.
I did a little shot of cocaine, and next thing you know, I'm writing a song. And what I would do, I'd write like a book of poetry,
Mhm.
and so one time we had the music producer over, and he saw my lyrics, and he started thumbing through it, and he found "Does Your Mama Know About Me?" He found the lyrics. He goes, "Hey, do you mind if I take that?" So he took it home and composed this beautiful song. And next thing you know, it's on the R&B charts. And
Wow.
that's what put Bobby Taylor and all of us. And Diana Ross ended up singing the song,
Wow.
and yeah, yeah. In fact, it was Diana Ross that discovered our band.
Wow.
We're in an after hours club, and she uh, came to the after hours club after their gig in Vancouver,
Mhm.
and then she called Barry Gordy on the phone and said, "Barry, I found this group. You got to come and see him." Well,
Mhm.
her and Barry were having a little affair anyway,
Right.
and so Barry, I think he was married at the time, or
Mhm.
he was with another. Barry said, "Okay, I'll fly
I
down there
don't
and see."
know.
So,
Yeah.
so, so he flew, and he saw us and signed us, and forgot
Wow.
about us. He signed us and forgot about us.
Were you
And
on
so,
Motown?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
That was Barry Gordy, and so we made our way to Detroit. We gigged all the way to Detroit, and we stopped off in L.A. Oh my God, we had it was again, because Bobby Taylor had this voice.
Right.
Oh, I mean, just incredible.
Mhm.
But he's one of those crazies. The entertainment field.
I
You say,
do.
gee, I wonder why he never made it bigger than he did. Then you find out, that he's crazy.
You
And
know,
that's what
wow.
Bobby was. Bobby was one of those crazies.
I have
What?
friends of mine that were on the Motown label, the Commodores. Did you ever
Oh
meet them?
yeah, yes.
Walter Orange. I did songs with them that went up for Grammys. And also Mr. Glenn Leonard. I sang 8 years in Hitsville live show with him because he used to sing with the Temptations. He was a tenor. So being in the Motown thing, I kind of like, I was never signed with Motown, but indirectly, I worked with a couple of Motown artists, and you guys are amazing. I mean, think about it. I mean, you're like half Indian, half Chinese on Motown. You're like not Black. So
we were the first
that was a big deal.
Non-Black. Yeah, it was a huge deal.
Yeah.
Huge deal. And in fact, we were in Detroit during the riot, right after the riots.
Wow.
And it was, Detroit was like a war zone.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my girlfriend with me. I was still married, but I had my girlfriend with me. Of course, I'm a musician. And so my girlfriend, she came with me, and she was pregnant, and she'd take a bus in Detroit. She got bored sitting at home, and she wanted to go downtown. Mm-hmm. And she got on the bus in Detroit, in the middle of the ghetto, in the middle of the thing. But she was just beautiful, blonde, white fur coat. She looked like a mirage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And we did Detroit there. And then my wife, Barry Gordy, was it Barry? Probably somebody. Anyway, they sent for my wife. And so I had both my wife and my girlfriend there. But see,
wow.
I'm a musician.
Oh my gosh. Hey, okay, wait, we have to do a disclaimer. Not you don't do this at home. It might cause very bad damage to you. Don't do this at home.
Don't do the double life.
No, don't do it, because that might end up very bad. Nowadays it doesn't sound good.
Like I said, Maxine, my first wife, is to this day a very sweet Christian lady.
Right.
And she understood.
You lucked out.
And they were friends. Shelby and Maxine are friends to this day. They're
you
friends.
Lucked out then. You lucked out.
No, it's a power of prayer.
There you go.
It's a power of prayer.
But you have beautiful children. I mean, come on. I mean, who can
all over?
Yeah, who can regret that? I mean,
Oh, I can't. Ray Dawn, Ray Dawn Chong. She became a big movie star.
Yes, she did.
And she's got she had Morgan, and Morgan's beautiful. And Morgan married a Chinese girl, Tracy, and they got two little mixed Black Chinese, Harper and Miles. Wow. Miles is a little guy. And Miles, I can have Miles laughing like crazy because he's a little guy. I know how to make little guys laugh.
Yeah.
Like I'll start growling when I eat. and he looks at me like, and he starts, he loves it.
That's so wonderful.
I got a family. Then Robbie, she was a top Parisian model for a long time, and then she was in a show called Poltergeist. And then she was also.
I'm a wuss.
She's also Bill Cosby's assistant in You Bet Your Life when Bill did that show. So I got to know Bill pretty good, and same as the daughters. Yeah. So we got a nice little history going, in Hollywood.
I can't wait for the documentary to come out, because all of these tidbits, the life that you live, the prayer, and how that's incorporated, and all the things that you've gone through, and also, the Cheech and Chong. I mean, it's just an amazing adventure. And like you said, you knew you were going to be big. You knew it. You knew it. Wow.
I knew it. And it wasn't an ego. It wasn't none of that stuff. Because I never promoted myself. I always I was a backup guitar player, so I always had a Bobby or a Cheech or a Tommy or Dick or all these guys that I backed. It wasn't until Cheech and I broke up. Well, Cheech went with Don Johnson to do Nash Bridges, and so I lost my partner, and so what I did, I started doing stand up, and then I got bored doing stand up alone. In fact, not only bored, but it was a helpless feeling because you're out there alone. You don't have an excuse, you know.
Yeah.
Because Cheech and I always had an excuse. Oh, I got to do this, you know. But I couldn't do it. And so then, and my wife was trained to be an actress at the time, Shelby. And so one time I was going to do a gig in Guam, you know, beautiful place.
Oh, yeah.
And so I said to Shelby, why don't you come with me? She goes, nah, I don't want to just hang out. I said, well, how about if I put you in the show? And she goes, okay. Because she cannot turn down a job,
right?
no matter what. And she goes, she's very, very conscious about the money, and so her eyes lit up, and I said, yeah, I'll put you in the show. She said, what? I said, well, you can start by introducing me, and then add a bit as you go, you know, as we go, and you're in the show. What a great move that was, man.
Really? Oh,
I
wow.
went from being just this lone guy to being Shelby and Tommy, the Chongs, and she's got this great business head. Because before I used to go to comedy clubs, do the show, and then I would sell their T-shirts.
Oh.
And their hats, you know, yeah, just because I had nothing. And it's, will you sign this? Next thing I know, I'm selling the club's T-shirts. That ended as soon as she got on.
Oh, yeah.
We got to get our own T-shirt.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I guess it was 93, 94. We made more money with our merch than any other comic on the road.
Yeah.
We had boxes sent to us on the road, and we would sell out everything everywhere we went. And she, oh man, I mean, everything changed when she was with me. And then when Cheech wanted to come back, you know, she said, you know, you're not going to lose me. You know? And I said, no, baby, you know, you're part of the deal. And my son, Paris, ended up being our manager. And so Paris told Cheech, you know, told everybody, you know, that this is the deal. You know? And so she's always been in the show with Cheech.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Keeping it in the family, you know, having your family with you, your son, your what, that is just a blessing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Other than that, you grow another family, you know, or you don't have any,
right?
You know? Or you're just out there on the road and you're doing these one night stand things, and that gets very dangerous and old and tired. You know, it's not good for the head. You know? No, the family. I mean, I, to this day, yeah. And then we got the lockdown, and then everything stopped. But it was just in time. Yeah,
now you get meals every night. Home cooked meals. I mean, you don't have to drive anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere. Literally, you're on camera doing your interviews. You don't have to even leave your house. How does that feel right now?
Oh. You know, if you're young, I can understand, you know, you get a little, you know, crazy, but I'm not young. I got shit to do everywhere I look. In fact, that's my big problem. I'll walk from one room to another, and I'll start another project there, and I'll come back, and I forgot this. And
I know how you
feel. Here, I got to show you my partner.
Okay. Oh my gosh! Look at him.
Well, don't give me kisses. I don't want kisses.
Oh.
Say hi. Say hi.
He's so cute.
You can say hi. You say hi. See, every once in a while, he needs attention.
Yes, he does. He needs attention.
He needs attention. And he's designed by my wife, by the way.
Okay.
Don't cut his hair. Don't cut his fur. And she tells him, "Oh, don't you dare cut him." And so he's got this beautiful fur coat.
He's gorgeous.
This is Captain.
Oh,
Say hi. Say
hi,
hi.
Captain.
Say hi.
Oh.
Oh, and whenever I'm doing a photo shoot, he
Uh-huh.
has to he has to get in the picture.
Oh my gosh.
He'll
That's
come
too
in.
cute.
He'll find his way to get in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's too
like he
cute.
just did. He just did. Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, so
He
cute.
was he was a rebound dog.
Okay.
My son Paris. He had a before he got married. He had this he had this gorgeous 6 foot model, gorgeous EJ. Oh, just gorgeous, but as beautiful, as crazy as she was beautiful. you know. And EJ had a little dog named Oso, little
Okay.
poodle. And so EJ and Paris got together, but
Oh.
Oso fell in love with Paris
Oh my
to
gosh.
the point that when they broke up, Oso went with EJ, but she missed Paris. He missed Paris.
Oh.
He went on a hunger strike.
You didn't
He
eat?
wouldn't eat.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he got Paris's T-shirt, and he just would lay there with that T-shirt. And so EJ said, "Well, you better take him." So she brought him back, and Paris got Oso. And Paris is happy because he loves that dog. They love each other. Well,
And now
then
you have
Paris,
Captain?
no, but then Paris started seeing another girl. They broke up. EJ says, "I want my dog back." So she took Oso back. And so then Paris is sad. So we bought Captain. My wife and I, we bought Captain, a little puppy, for Paris. Well, Oso went on another hunger strike. EJ says, "Oh, you got him." She brought, now he's got 2 dogs.
Oh my gosh.
Well, which was fine with Paris. Paris had no problem. He gets married to Rama, and 2 dogs. And Rama already had a daughter. And then they had the new baby. 2 dogs, too much. And
oh my gosh.
And I needed a partner.
Yeah.
So then Captain came, and he's my dog now.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, and no more hunger strikes?
No. Oh, also beautiful. Oh, he's funny. They're both comedians. Shelby can make Captain smile.
Oh my gosh.
He jumps up there and he smiles. He looks like a little Jewish guy, you know. He's got that little smile, and he'll do a little dance for. Oh, he's funny. He's got a great sense of humor.
Wow.
And only trouble is he drops a little bombs in here and there. You know, I don't take him out on a walk enough time. But he's really
he does little bumps. Well, my gosh, it was such a pleasure having you on the show. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And now I can say that, I mean, I know more about you now as a person and as that legend, because you knew. It wasn't something that you thought you knew or that just happened. No, you knew. And that makes it all different for me. You know what I mean?
But you know what the secret was?
What?
It's not me alone, see? See, I always had a Cheech. I always had a Bobby Taylor. Right. I always had a Mel. Mel was the first fiddle player. I was always a backup. And then I became, because I had to do it, you know, had to stand up and do stand up. Even when Cheech and I were together, it was like we were a pair. We would do skits together. Right. You know, it wasn't then I started doing stand up a little bit on my own, you know, just like I did with my wife. But I always, and then my wife, then Shelby, you know, I always have a partner. That's the whole point of life. Is that you count your wealth by how many friends you have. That's your real wealth, you know. And if you don't have any, you know, then it's yourself. You have to be your own best friend,
Yeah.
you know,
That's kind of
because you're,
sad sometimes.
no, you're never alone. You're
Right.
never alone. You're never alone because whatever you're going through is what you're supposed to be going through,
Mm.
you see, because this is a physical world. We're
Yeah.
here to learn. And what we're here to learn to love.
Mm.
And what you do with love. Like you think about how people, you know, mistakenly feel bad for the poor guy that has to dig a ditch, for instance, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But if you knew how to dig a ditch like he did, you would understand that that's where that's where his happiness lies,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because we're all on this planet to do a different job, and
Mm-hmm.
we're all individuals, and so we're all individually looking to do a different job. And that's the whole thing about the physical planet, the physical universe, is
Mm-hmm.
that like the green, like you look at the Sahara Desert. The Sahara Desert is made up of individual little sand particles, individual ones,
Mm-hmm.
individual ones. And then together they become a rock, and together they, even more, they become a mountain. But what do they start with? Individuals.
Right.
And that's what we are. We are individuals. We are a city within ourselves.
Mm.
And when you learn that, you can never be bored. There's so much to learn. There's so much to taste, so much to feel, so much to see. There's so much to do. And even and we're here for a reason. You know, if you're, something happens to you, uh, it usually is a blessing. Like so
Mm.
many, like athletes, pro athletes, you know, they get hurt, and at first they're going, oh God. Then they realize, man, that's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Right.
Because while I was hurt, I regrouped. Like Muhammad Ali, when he was forced to quit boxing,
Mm-hmm.
that prolonged his career, because he's had that moment in time where he wasn't getting punched in the head, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Yeah.
he could be who he was, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it came back time to do it again, you do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we learn. If we learn how how precious life is, and you got to remember this, it's eternal.
Mm-hmm.
It never ends.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just changes. It only changes.
That's right.
Just like us, we're going to end this broadcast, but it's not going to stop your life or my life.
Right.
It's just going to just that one little episode in here that we had together,
Mm-hmm.
and then everything goes on. It goes on forever. So we'll
It
do it
does.
again. We'll do it again.
Awesome. It's such a blessing. I'm telling you, you have blessed me today. You've shown me so much, and you've taught so many people that life is about living.
That's it. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
And
life is about
enjoying.
living and
And
enjoying yourself. Yeah.
if it gets tough, you know what I used to do when I went to the dentist? I had all these teeth because I had the worst teeth in the world. And so all these are implants.
Mm-hmm.
But it took 3 months to
Mm.
do them. Now, going to the dentist, I used to hate it. It was horrible because you hurt yourself. I had to come up with a way to go to the dentist. And you know what it was?
But
When I
I
was
hate the
walking in,
dentist.
when I was walking in the door,
Mm-hmm.
I would picture myself walking out, all done.
You weren't even in.
And listen.
Okay.
And then within, it just seemed like a moment. All of a sudden, I'm walking out. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm walking out. It's done. And
Mm.
same thing as prison. When I went into prison, I just automatically said, you know, I'm going to remember this, because when I'm leaving prison, I'm going to remember this day. And next thing I know, here we are. And think about this. I was in prison for 9 months. What? How many months? In '03.
Okay.
That's how long it was. What are
Wow.
we now? What are we now? 20, 21,
21. Yeah.
21. So that's how long it's been. See? And
Hmm.
in my life, well, look at us.
Yeah, I know. Your
This
life is
connection.
amazing. Yes,
Yes.
definitely. And
Yeah.
filled with joy and love and
Mm.
just so much, I mean, so much more than people ever thought. That, you know what I mean? People don't think about the lives of the people that we admire. And I totally admire you. I totally admire what you've done. And I'm so grateful that you did what you did. And today being on the show, it's just such a blessing to have you here. Thank you so much.
I want to hear you sing.
Really? Right now? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rock steady, baby. That's what I feel now. Let's call the song exactly what it is. Sit and move your hips with a feeling from side to side. Sit yourself down in your car and you take a ride, and while you're moving, rock steady, baby.
Oh, I love it. Okay, you're gonna be in my dream band.
Yay!
You're gonna
That's
be in
so
it.
cool.
Okay, bye bye.
Okay, bye. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. And don't forget to dare to be different. Oh, yeah. I made mistakes. I tried my way. I did my own thing. Yeah. I tried to change and mend my ways. I want another chance. I've been through so many, many ups and downs in my life. Oh, yeah. You changed me. You saved me. You always been right there for me. You loved me. You kept me. I never had to look too far. It was you. It was you. All along. All along. Now I give you all the praise. Hallelujah. I've been through so many ups and downs in my life. Oh, yeah. You changed me. You saved me. You always been right there for me. You loved me. You kept me. I never had to look too far. It was you. When trouble comes, I will give you praise. It always happens this way. And any time that I call your name, I always hear you say, it was you. You changed me. You saved me.